So Matt, Scott Brown joins the club this week, primarily in a player and coaching role. Can you just explain a little bit about how that's going to work?
Look, Scott's coming to a position in his career where he's a certain age, 36 years old, in fantastic shape, an incredible athlete, testament to him, his professionalism over the course of his career, and what a fantastic career first and foremost. Over 500 games at good levels of the football pyramid, lots of promotions in there, vastly experienced, and will add to our staff. He'll be primarily used as a coach to work with our host of goalkeepers we've got at the club, and some good young goalkeepers at that, but will be signed on as a player if needed. Hopefully that won't happen too often, but if it does happen, obviously we've seen in the last couple of years the injuries we've had, and quite dramatic injuries we've had at different stages to our goalkeepers, that it's always good to have bodies in the background who can step in at short notice if needed, and allows us to stay away from the loan market or emergency loan market in relation to the goalkeepers. So first and foremost, a really good character, determined to be a top coach, and judging by his demeanour and his expectations of himself and others, he'll be a fantastic coach and a huge addition to our staff.
And of course, he spent the last 3 years at Port Vale. He spent quite a long time at Cheltenham, so he knows this league really, really well.
Yeah, like I say, vastly experienced. That's something which we need him to pass on to those young goalkeepers, Jack Arthur and hopefully Harry Lee, in a similar sort of situation in terms of what they can produce on a daily basis, what they need to work on in relation to their game, and then get them playing men's football, which we all know it's the hardest thing to do in terms of that transition. Even more so as a young goalkeeper. Now Scott's a player who's been there and done it, and done it at the best stage in relation to our level. So we're really looking forward to what he adds to this group, not only as a staff but the playing unit as well. And really for him to really take hold of the goalkeeping department, not only in the first team level but also through the academy.
And how did this move come into fruition? Did we approach Scott, or did he come looking for us?
You probably go back a year in terms of what happened with the pandemic, and we had to make some cuts in relation to the staff, and unfortunately Steve Hale moved on him, and he was our goalkeeper coach. Now Richie Brown has stepped forward from the academy and filled that role this season, and he's been absolutely outstanding. What a fantastic member of staff he is for this football club. But we needed someone to come in and be the main port of call in relation to the goalkeepers, and Scott fits that bill. Like I say, he's coming to the end of his illustrious career, so to speak. He could probably still play if we need him to, but he wants to start concentrating on the next part of his career, which is coaching and goalkeeping coaching as well. So he's ready to get his hands dirty in relation to that, and he comes into our building to input what he's done throughout his career and add a little bit extra to ourselves. He'll help take part of the set piece defending, take some pressure off some of the other coaches, and obviously Wayne Carlisle and Dan Green in relation to that, and then introduce a few new ideas into that goalkeeping department. And that's something which we're looking forward to, something we expect will prove dividends in the future with those young goalkeepers. And it's not only the likes of Harry Lee and Jack Arthur, it's younger goalkeepers coming through, and they've got someone to look up to at the top level now, who's played at the top level, who's going to be the main port of call in relation to the goalkeepers.
And I guess while of course he'll be helping out in what you've mentioned, it'll also be him learning how to be a coach as well from the likes of you and the others.
Yeah, but he's got that experience. He's done it in the last few seasons. He's almost coached himself, which is not an easy thing to do. But he's almost coached himself while still playing, and still playing also a lot of games as well. 40 plus games at Port Vale last season, and a really good record to boot as well. So he's really going to concentrate on the coaching. He'll learn from us in terms of structure and organisation. But we're not goalkeeping coaches. That's not our speciality, as much as probably I think it is sometimes. But so it's fully down to Scott in relation to that, and he can shape that programme however he sees fit. And that's a really good. That's why we saw him, desperate to come to this football club. He can shape it in any way he sees fit, and get hold of it and put it in the right direction, and hopefully start producing goalkeeper after goalkeeper. Something we've done in the past, and something we want to get back to in the future.
So that's signing number 1 and 2 through the door this summer. Can we expect any more in the next few days or so?
Probably not in the next few days. We've got to be understanding of where the market is at this moment in time. The first, a bit of business towards the end of May, but then it gets the first couple of weeks in June, and the players we've got offers out to are probably waiting. Their hands are quite strong at the moment in terms of seeing what they can obtain elsewhere, and that's just the way it is in terms of the football market and the off-season, and the window goes all the way through, so there's no rush in terms of the end of this week and signing any players imminently, but we have got contracts offers out. We've got half a dozen of those offers out, and we're hopeful of some of those prospects coming to the football club.